So we got that. So let's back to the discussion. But Eric.
I don't have a question. I just want to clarify that this isn't changing any ordinance or changing anything. This is what the city has been doing for the last 30 plus years. It's just clarifying the ordinance. It isn't changing anything at all. Just clarifying to make it easier, because I think a property owner was questioning that who had 2 lots, but not only in that sense, not trying to say I need to do this, but just questioning it. So that's all this is. We're not changing anything.
That's correct. Yeah, it's been enforced this way for at least 37 years. And that goes back to law enforcement officers that were here then, and that's the way they were originally trained. Anybody that's been around the city for that long, that has worked for the city, this is the understanding of the intent of the law, and it's the way it's always been enforced. So we're not changing the ordinance other than clarifying the language to support the way it's always been enforced.
Well, I guess mine's just a comment. I mean, not having a camping lot here ever, I thought you got 90 days on your lot. If you own 1 or 2 or whatever, you got 90 days on each one. So that, that was news to me when we first brought this up. But one of the things I think that's really not fair to people that only get 90 days is they got to pay their utilities, and though we're not allowing them to use their property. And I think I'd like to see the council look at something where they can get something reduced, because it's not fair to pay your water and your sewer when you're not being able to be allowed to use your property. So that's a concern to me.
Frank, I appreciate what you're saying. That's a subject that has been discussed repeatedly over the 7 years I've been attending council meetings. And I also think that that's a discussion that's separate from this ordinance that is about whether or not we can use the camping lot or multiple camping lot for a total of 90 days. So I think those are 2 separate discussions in my mind.
That's kind of what I said.
Okay. Further discussion, council? Eric?
I would like to make a motion to approve an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Ocean Shores, Washington, amending Ocean Shores Municipal Code Title 15, Buildings and Construction, Chapters 15.12, Temporary Housing, at Sections 15.12.020, used as living quarters.
Second.
You have a motion second. Further discussion? Catherine?
I want to remind you all that this is a first reading, and I don't support going forward with this. We have some questions. We've had some citizens that have raised some questions. I think it's only fair to bring it back one more time.
I agree with that.
Any further discussion? Are we ready to vote? Okay, all in favor? Okay, roll call.
Councilmember Noble?
Yes.
Councilmember Noble's a yes. Councilmember Sprague?
No.
Councilmember Sprague is a no. Councilmember Elduin?
No.
Councilmember Elduin's a no. Councilmember Klein?
Yes.
Councilmember Klein is a yes. Councilmember Scott?
Yes.
Councilmember Scott is a yes. Councilmember Wills?
Yes.
Councilmember Wills is a yes. Councilmember Hartman?
Yes.
Councilmember Hartman's a yes. That's 5 yeses and 2 noes.
Okay,